The Forgotten Christmas Ghost. The Martin family was thrilled to move into their new home just in time for Christmas. The house was old, with creaky floorboards and ornate wooden trim, but its charm outweighed its imperfections. One feature stood out the most: a grand stone fireplace in the living room. It hadn't been used in years, judging by the soot and cobwebs, but Mr. Martin promised to get it working before Christmas morning. Despite its disuse, the fireplace gave the family a sense of comfort. Christmas Eve, as snow blanketed the ground outside, they sat together, sipping cocoa and watching Christmas movies. The fireplace stood cold and dark, its presence a silent guardian of the room. That was until midnight. As the clock chimed, a faint crackling sound drew their attention. The fireplace, untouched all evening, suddenly roared to life. Bright flames danced in the hearth, casting eerie shadows across the walls. "Did you light that?" Mrs. Martin asked, her voice trembling. "No," Mr. Martin said, his face pale. He approached cautiously but stopped short, as a pungent, acrid smell filled the room. It wasn't wood burning, it was something else, something foul. Before anyone could react, the flames licked higher. The garland above began to smoulder, and then, as if etched by an invisible hand, words appeared burned into the wooden mantle. "You are not the first to occupy this house. Leave while you can. Run before it wakes." The family stared in stunned silence. The youngest, Cedric, clung to his mother, pointing at the fire. "There's something in there," he cried. Mrs. Martin looked closer, and her blood ran cold. Shapes were moving in the flames, faces twisted in agony, their mouths open in silent screams. Hands reached out from the fire, clawing at the air as if trying to escape. "We need to get out of here," Mr. Martin said. He grabbed the fire extinguisher and sprayed the flames, but they didn't go out. Instead, the fire grew wilder, the faces more desperate. Suddenly, the flames extinguished themselves, plunging the room into darkness. Panicked, the family gathered their coats and fled into the snowy night. As they stood outside, breath visible in the cold air, they looked back at the house. Through the living room window, they could see the fireplace roaring again. In the glow of the fire, a figure stood, a shadowy, towering presence with glowing eyes that stared back at them. The Martins didn't return to the house.